Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with The Long Dark. When I look outside my window into the vast wilderness of North and Eastern Europe, I realize that I don't need games like that. I live in one of them. Well, now it's summer, it's scorching hot here, but the rest of the year is just like The Long Dark. And for the rest of the year, I should probably say that this game, despite sometimes being very relaxing, is kinda hard. You will starve, you will be thirsty, you will be cold, and you will be eaten by a bear. Still while being alive, screaming and kicking, you know, with the rest of your body that is still not eaten at the moment. So with this joyful note, I must stress out that this is an amazing survival game with 92% of positive reviews on Steam. People are talking that this is an artistic masterpiece and one of the best games of this genre. Pillars of Eternity 2: Deadfire. You'll pursue a rogue god over the land and sea, captain your ship on dangerous voyage of discovery across a vast unexplored archipelago region of the Deadfire. Here you will bend over the world to your will as you explore the depths of endless possibilities, including detailed character customization, total freedom of exploration, and meaningful choices at every turn. Okay, maybe not all of those are meaningful and probably not at every turn as well, but the game is great and bad comments on Steam are quite rare. Usually people are complaining about the loading speed. To be honest, it's blasphemy to even call it loading speed. It's loading sloth, that's for sure. Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. A long time ago I was skeptical about Subnautica. You know, the goal of collecting all these corals and fishes to build underwater facilities never fascinated me, so I ignored Subnautica for years. Although I am a fan of Jacques-Yves Cousteau, Subnautica looked more like a Little Mermaid to me. Well, until Sony decided to give the game to everyone for free on PlayStation for some reason a few years ago. So I tried the game and I love it now. It's addictive and it's really hard to stop playing. You know, they should put a label on it or something warning people that before and after the playtime, years could pass without a trace. Suddenly, your wife is married to another man because, you know,
I haven't seen you in 20 years.
Your kids have 7 different genders at the same time now, and you are in the middle of alien invasion that you didn't notice for the past 4 years. That's what Subnautica can do to you, and Below Zero is Subnautica too, but you don't have to play the first part to understand everything. For example, I would start from the first part, but hey, it doesn't really matter. Inscription. This is a card-based odyssey that blends the deck-building roguelike, escape room-style puzzles, and psychological horror into a blood-infused cocktail. You will acquire a deck of woodland creature cards by draft, surgery, and self-mutilation. Unlock the secrets lurking behind the walls of Leshy's cabin, and embark on an unexpected and deeply disturbing odyssey. So don't play this game with your 6-year-old niece or something. Anyway, overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam are well-deserved. This game is a real gem. Also, if you are in doubt, you can play the free demo version. Greedfall Gold Edition. You will have complete freedom in character progression. Play as a male or female, customize your appearance, and freely choose your abilities, spells, and skills. So nothing like
"You are Henry, son of a blacksmith"
bullshit here. And I know that many of you want to create your own protagonist instead of playing something that is created for us. Well, maybe Witcher was an exception to this rule, but most of us want to play characters that resembles us in ethnic or some other way. You know, if you have big balls or 4 balls instead of 2, you want a character that also has 4 of them, you know, for better immersion. Greedfall was created in 3 years and its budget was about $5 million. For a AAA open world game like this, it's a bare minimum for it to be good. Somewhat similar budget had the Kingdom Come Deliverance team, and Skyrim's budget was about 100 million. So for it you can literally create 20 games like Greedfall. And the Gold Edition includes a DLC, so it's a fuller version of the game if you compare it with basic Greedfall. Don't expect miracles, but Greedfall is a really decent game, and as I've said many times, about 7 cold beers out of 10. Barotrauma. Well, based on the name of a game, you may think that this is a title about a man who went into a bar, saw only non-alcoholic vodka there, and was traumatized by that. No, it's a different story. Here, in not too distant future, humanity has fled to one of Jupiter's moons. With its irradiated surface, life can only be found in the ocean below. So here you will travel through a punishing underwater world and discover what lies in the depths of Europa. Basically, this is a 2D co-op survival horror submarine simulator inspired by base building games like RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress. Also, it has a fun mode quite similar to Among Us. One of your crewmates may be a traitor. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Have you ever wanted to be a protagonist in an Alien movie? If yes, then you need to play Alien Isolation, because this one is nothing like the movies. Although it's really fun to play if you have a friend or two. You can play in single player as well, but I assure you that if you want full experience, you will have to find some friends. I know that may be a mission impossible, but you can try anyway. You'll be exploring some friendly planet filled with friendly fauna and live in harmony all together, except you don't. This game is a carnage where you will have to battle through hordes of different types of xenomorph, customize your character and gear and level up as you try to contain this ever-growing threat. I especially like the diversity enemies in this game. They really took their time to create some nasty monsters. The game itself is basically Left 4 Dead just with aliens. I think it's a nice game and 81% of Steam reviews are also positive. Age of Darkness Final Stand. Since that StarCraft mission I played 20 years ago where you have to hold your base intact against a never-ending Zerg attack, this concept landed in a warm place of my cold, beard heart. Later I played countless maps like that on StarCraft 2 and then The Arbillions was released. I enjoyed the game, but I was disappointed as well because it lacked unit types and was kinda repetitive. But Age of Darkness is a bit different. Very positive reviews, technology allowing over 70,000 swarming AI units on screen at the same time, day and night transitions and more defensive unit types than The Arbillions had. That sounds nice, but we all know how this gameplay will go for you. At first you will be like,
I'm so awesome, I beat a crappy out of monsters!
and just a few moments later you will be like,
Oh, no, my buildings, they're burning, what is happening?
yeah. Hyperlight Drifter. Drifters of this world are the collectors of forgotten knowledge, lost technologies, and broken histories. Our drifter is haunted by an insatiable illness, traveling further into the creepy lands, hoping to discover a way to quiet the vicious disease. I love the look of this game. From each character to background elements, everything is lovingly hand-animated, and the game itself is easy to pick up, but difficult to master. Enemies are kinda hard to beat, and they are many. Hazards will easily crush your puny body, and friendly faces remain rare. Game has 94% of positive reviews on Steam, meaning that it is only 1% short of an overwhelmingly positive title. If you like pixels, RPG and beer, it's a must-try. Darkwood. I will tell you a secret now. Like really, almost nobody knows that, but that's why you watch my channel. On illegal torrent sites, you can find a legal version of Darkwood. Yeah, the latest version uploaded there by developers themselves. Why is that, you may ask? And the reason is simple. If you lack money and you want to buy Darkwood cheap from some shady website which sells CD keys, just don't. Because creators of Darkwood get nothing in this way, and they rather share their game for free, the latest version with all the upgrades. But if you have money, buy it on Steam or even better on GOG.com. This way you will support these amazing developers who are literally willing to share their game with less fortunate crowd. I think I own a few copies already, so I encourage you to do the same. It's an amazing game where you have to survive in a creepy but very artsy forest and meet strange non-cliché characters and enemies. I think the only other game where I encountered this level of originality was Beautiful Desolation. It's not discounted sadly, but keep an eye on it as well. And don't forget to check out the GOG weekly sale as well. Discounts up to 90% awaits you and they support refunds up to 30 days. You'll find the link in the description below. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.